Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel here today. I'm super hyped for this video. I'm super hyped because I'm going to be empowering you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you something important that you guys all should master. I'm telling you, the most important skills, you know, the one of most important skills that a guy should know, that a guy should master is the art of communication. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be breaking down why it is very important for you to master the art of communication, to know how to communicate with the other people, to communicate with the people you come across, different things, and you're going to realize that you actually need this skill a lot than anything else. So without wasting time, let me just start sharing with you. So when it comes to communication, this is the first thing. This is the first thing that will always come in when it comes to you interacting with other people. If you want to be successful, you need other people, trust me. You can't make it alone. You need other people to move to the top. You need to know how to communicate with these people. If you want to be a leader at the same time, you have to know how to communicate. If you want to approach someone you're interested in, you have to know how to communicate. If you want to solve different problems in your community, within your family, within your friends, you know, you have to know how to communicate. So communication is a very important skill that you have to master. Whether you like it or not, you have to master how to communicate. You have to know how to communicate with other people. So let me just start sharing with the first thing here that you actually need to understand why communication is an important skill that you have to master. When it comes to interaction, let me talk about interaction here. You know, if you know how to communicate, then it will be very easy for you to interact with anyone you come across. It can be stranger, it can be anyone. I mean, you'll be amazing because you know how to communicate. And when you know how to communicate, it's always about knowing to choose the right words to communicate with someone you've come across, knowing how you can express your feelings to other people. Communication doesn't always have to be the word of mouth. It can be through your expression, through the things you do around these people that you come across. The moment you know how to communicate, then it's going to be easier for you. When you interact with other people, these people are going to like you, you know? You're going to be interesting to these people because you know how to communicate. Communication is one thing that actually will pull people closer to you. If you really don't know how to communicate, then you'll be driving people away because you won't know the kinds of words to choose when you want to communicate with them. You won't know which words you should leave out. You won't know how you can express yourself to these people. You won't know how to communicate with someone when he or she is mad about something. You won't know how to do that. And actually this means you'll be breaking so many relationships. You'll be pushing away so many people because of how you communicate. So when it comes to interaction, this is a game changer. If you know how to communicate effectively, you know how to express yourself, you know how to express your feelings, you know how to tell someone what you want, you know how to communicate with someone that you have met. Actually, this is going to change things a lot. It's going to be easy for you to make friends, first of all. And it's going to be very easy for you to be an interesting person. People are going to like you because of the art of communication. You know how to communicate with these people. And the moment you know how to communicate with them, they are going to surround you because they think that, you know, you are an understanding person. And communication doesn't always have to be a word of mouth. It can be also expressing your feelings. And someone who knows how to communicate, he or she will always understand when he or she is needed to keep quiet or to keep talking about something that he or she is needed to be talking about. So guys, I'm telling you that communication is something that you have to master. If you want to be master at your own game, if you want to be amazing at interacting with other people that you come across in your life, you have to know how to communicate. So if you don't have this skill, then I really encourage you. It's time for you to start learning how to do this. It's time for you to start to learn how you can communicate with other people. If it's about the language, learn the language that actually you need to communicate with other people. Learn that language and commit to it. If it's about expressing yourself, learn how you can express yourself toward these people. If it's anything to do with how you interact with other people when it comes to communication, listening and speaking, you know what, you should find ways so that you can master on how you can improve these skills because these skills are very important. That's the part of interaction. When it comes to something else, when you come to career-wise, let me say interviews. Interviews. For instance, if maybe you are called at an interview and you really don't know how to communicate, and you are being asked so many questions about why you want to join the company, why you want to do this and that, why actually have you chosen to apply to that company, you need to know how to communicate for you to be able to answer these questions. If you don't know how to communicate, then it's going to be very hard for you. And actually, the way you communicate to these guys who are interviewing you, these guys will have an idea of the kind of person you are, you know, the kind of person you are, because how you communicate to these people actually shows your confidence, you know. It shows your confidence, it shows the kind of person you are, it shows the energy, the enthusiasm that you have for that job, you know. But if you really don't know how to communicate, even if you have good papers, I mean you have good grades and you have been doing amazing in the things that you have been doing, then actually someone else is going to be picked and you're going to be left behind, because actually you really don't know how to express yourself. You really don't know how to respond to the questions that these interviewers are asking you, and you're going to be left out. You're going to be wondering, why didn't they pick me? Why didn't they not pick me? Because yet I'm the best here. I'm the best in my field. You know, in papers I've been doing amazing in class and I'm having good grades. Why didn't they pick me? You know, you might be asking yourself so many questions about that. But the fact is that you actually was not picked because you are not picked. You are not picked because you really don't know how to communicate. I mean, you didn't express yourself effectively to these guys. These guys didn't really understand what you're trying to say. What the point that you're trying to pass across was not clear to them. And actually, this is going to make you miss a lot on that. So that's the part of that. And someone else who is even not good, you know, someone who is not amazing in papers, doesn't have good grades, but this person was accepted to that job because he knows how to communicate. So if you know how to communicate, this is going to be an added advantage for you, you know. It's going to be an added advantage for you. You're going to be way above someone else. Even if you both have good grades. I mean, your papers are amazing. You guys are amazing in class and you have been doing amazing. But when it comes to communication skill, when you are above someone else and you both have good grades, then someone who is having better communication skills, this person is going to be picked, because when you are employed in a company, it's all about working out with you have to work with other people, you have to communicate with other people, and that's all about it. It's all about teamwork. And if you really don't know how to communicate, then you're really going to lose a lot on this. You're going to lose a lot on this, and you're going to blame yourself. Why didn't this and this happen? And anyway, let me just leave the part of being interviewed. For instance, you have tried hard and you have maybe managed to be employed, but your communication skills are really, really bad. I mean, you suck at communication. When it comes to communicating, when you're actually in that workspace now, interacting with your workers, trying to, you know, your fellow co-workers, I mean co-workers, you're interacting with them, you are going to be getting a very hard time for you. You're going to be having a hard time when it comes to communication, when it comes to sharing your ideas, sharing things out there. And actually, if you're that person who is not good enough at communication and someone else is better at that, then actually you're going to miss a lot. You're not going to be promoted. Someone else who is actually good in communication, someone who expresses his feelings very vividly, I mean very clearly, this person is going to be promoted and you're going to be left behind. Actually, yeah, and that's it. So communication is a very important skill that you have to master. You have to master communication skill if you want to prosper, if you want to progress in life. You have to master communication skills. The other thing here, it comes to be when you are expressing yourself. When you're expressing your feelings towards someone, you have to know how to communicate, because communication is what nurtures the relationship. It's what builds the relationship. Because the way you communicate to your partner, the way you communicate to your friends, to your family, this is actually going to influence the kind of relationship you're going to have with them. Someone else maybe he sucks at doing this, you know. If, for instance, he sucks at doing something, but if this person is very good at communication, this person can push his way through his family, his friends, and this person is going to be accepted around them because he knows how to express his feelings. So it's all about that. So you have to know how to communicate, because expressing yourself, expressing your feelings, expressing the things that you want to say you want some things that you feel and you want to say them loudly to someone, you have to know how to communicate. And actually, if you really don't know how to communicate, then you are going to be breaking a lot of relationships. I mean, if your partner doesn't really understand you, then how can she be with you? You know, your partner is just going to leave you for someone else. And if you really don't know how to express what you feel, then your partner is not going to understand you, and your partner is going to leave you for someone else who knows how to express himself. So I'm telling you guys, communication skills is something that you really have to master. I mean, you have to master this art of communication if you want to be better, if you want to have amazing relationship, if you want to have ease at getting pushing yourself through problems, through different issues that you face in your life. You have to be good at communication, and that's it. Something else is something to do with relationships also. When it comes to solving problems, you have to know how to communicate. If you want to solve different problems around people, it can be your relationship, your friends, your family, it can be anyone. If you want to solve problems, you have to be better at communication. You have to be amazing, you know, because you're going between two people. You're going between the two people. Let me say you are a mediator. I mean, you're trying to solve this situation. So you have to communicate. You have to understand this person. You have to look at this person and understand his or her situation, and also access this other person's situation for you to be able to solve this issue. And if you are better at communication, then it will be easier for you to understand and interpret how these guys feel about each other, and you'll be able to solve that issue. Even if when also it comes to solving your way out through problems in your relationship, actually, if you are in a mess and you want to fix your relationship, if you really know how to communicate, then things are going to be easier for you. But someone else who doesn't know how to communicate, he's going to be dumped because he doesn't know how to communicate. He doesn't know how to express his or her feelings. So if you are better at communication, you can manipulate your way through so many stuff, so many things. I'm telling you guys, if this is a skill that you really don't know, you have to take your time. You have to take your time knowing, practicing, and how you can be better at this. You can practice this by reading so many books. You can practice this by interacting with so many people out there. You have to interact. You have to interact a lot, because you can't be better at communication. You can't understand other people's feeling. You can't know how to express yourself if actually you don't interact with other people. You have to get out of your comfort zone and interact with other people. Get around them and get to see how people interact. Get to see how people feel about different things. And actually, this is what is going to get you better at communication. Something else, it's about language. You have to learn the language. You have to know the language for you to communicate effectively. This is another important thing that you have to master. You have to learn for you to be better at communication. So guys, this is what I really wanted to share. Something important for you guys to know, that communication is something very essential. It's something very important, and you shouldn't ignore that. It's one of the skills that can actually push you in a higher ladder. Yeah, higher ladder. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to me, guys. I really appreciate you. You've reached the end of this video and you've made it to this end of the video. If you like the video, hit the like button, because it helps spread the video to more people. If you like this video and you will like the kind of content that I actually make here, then you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, because this channel is all about self-development, relationship, and lifestyle. So thank you so much for watching and being patient with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.